Hello and welcome everybody. This is Neo reporting again about Stormgate. We are of course observing the situation from the sidelines as this is a Warcraft 3 channel, but we're also interested in what happens in the entire RTS scene to see if things are popping up, or things are developing, etc, etc. And as you might know, the launch of Stormgate, the early access launch of Stormgate has happened. It wasn't quite the success, and we've reported about it. There were quite some issues with the game, with the performance, with pretty much everything. So this was also reflected in some numbers, especially people didn't play too much and people didn't watch too much. Now, after a couple of weeks, we got the first bigger patch here in September on the 19th. It was patch 1.0. And we made a video about this already, so you should know most of what happened here. Let's dive into the Steam page real quick. There's quite some stuff in there, let's be honest. We got a new hero for the Celestials in co-op. There's new mutation, which is like game modifiers. There's a new map. There's some fixes to the main character, a couple of fixes to the hotkeys, etc, etc. So there is stuff in there. But the big question is there stuff in there that makes a lot of people play again? Or play for the first time, or to come back to the game? And we'll take a look. The biggest criticism about the game has been the visuals. Not too many people like it. And the big thing here is visual upgrades for maps and terrain. And they said, after listening to all your feedback, we have done a visual pass on the environment of our maps. We have made several changes, including updating many of the terrain textures. Lighting angles were also changed to make the terrain more readable and pop. This accentuates the normal maps and helps add shine to the terrain. And I want to show this to you in a replay that I've been doing. Then you also see the new Observer UI. This is currently on pause, but here we go. And as you can see, stuff looks a lot better. The ground is looking a lot better. The units are looking a lot better. The buildings are looking a lot better. This is, by the way, on 0.5 speed. So they did a solid job there. Is it perfect? I'm not too sure, but this does look a million times better than what we've seen before. Not mega cartoony candy-esque anymore. It is definitely a step in the right direction. And I think if they had these visuals at the early access, it would have been good. It would have been good, let's be honest. The Observer UI is alright, I guess. It's what you know from StarCraft. It's like, you see the resources. It's still not perfect. And I guess the entire UI is still not perfect. So here, you see my army going. The player colors do pop. The terrain has a lot more detail to it. It's a little bit of copy and paste, but it's fine. This is totally fine. I like what they've done here. And then we can look at a video of a content creator that has done a comparison. That is Stormgate Central. And I think he did a fine job on that. To see the differences. Stormgate Central. Before and after. So let's take a look here. Shout out to Stormgate Central for providing us with great videos. So lighting better, terrain better. This was also the old Amara model, I guess. So yeah, this is night and day. It is night and day. Like everything about this is night and day. And hopefully this is not the only upgrade. Like look at the terrain. Look at the terrain. There's barely anything happening. And there we go. A lot more lively. It just looks like a lot of work went into this. And they did a fine job. Let's take a look at the later comparisons. Oh, is there? Mostly campaign, I guess. So not the big armies, but they did a fine job there. I appreciate what they've done here. So 2 other things that made me not play this game was performance. And to be honest, guys, performance didn't get better. I looked at the Stormgate subreddit after the patch launched, hoping for some positive vibes. But to be honest, it wasn't there. The people like me who had problems before still have problems. And in addition to that, and it's maybe related to the graphic upgrades, which would be a bit unfortunate, a lot more players are having having FPS drops now. And there's a thread responding to it and detailing it. Is it just me, or does it feel more laggy right now? Same, nearly unplayable, same, hearing more people complaining, very laggy, graphics are 10% better, but somehow they introduced tremendous lag, 4070 still laggy. It is, that is not just a few people. There are a few people saying, feels the same to me, but I only tinkered against the AI, logged in, started a game, and Alt F4, barely playable. And in the big fights, it's definitely the same to me. I go from 120 FPS in the early game to first 60 FPS later, and then 30 FPS. And that is not playable, really. In a hyper-responsive game, 30 FPS can't happen. So especially when there's a big 3-in-3 mode coming, no. Not if other RTS are performing so well. And they also advertise this game as highly, like the playability is one of the big selling points here. And that's just not there, unfortunately. In their roadmap, they said performance will be tackled throughout the development process. And I know that optimizing performance is usually part of the latest stage of the development, but the game is out. Early access is here. And they want the game to perform now. They want the game to be played now. They want the game to be streamed now. And then it has to work now. Unfortunately, that's not a thing. And then my biggest pet peeve. There's a lot of balance updates as well, right? So the meta is hopefully a little better, as a couple of people were complaining about it. So let's go back to the replay. And I'll show you real quick what my issue is. So I'm close to my opponent's base, right? By the way, another pet peeve of mine, mouse drag doesn't necessarily work. So I click the middle mouse button and then the camera should drag, right? I want to scroll down now. This is down. This is down. And I can't, like, I can't go down. Like, if I, with a lot of work, that does work. But if I just click, it goes the opposite direction. Also, if I go to the left, it goes up. If I go to the right, it goes up. Like, slightly to the right. But this is hard. So let me rewind. This is, by the way, cool that you can rewind in replays. So look at these. The animation, that's a replay bug, I think. Usually that's not the case. But look at how these behave. This is an A move command. An A move command towards the base. So whatever is in the way should be attacked. And now look at what the units are doing. I think this one specifically. He's going to the right. He's going to the left. He's stuck there now. He's going to the left. I don't micro at all here. Look at the gaunts. This took forever. Forever to find a target. Let's rewind. Wait. This is the attack move into the base right now. Forget the animation. The walking animations are currently bugged. Doesn't really matter. But how long does it take to attack something? Nope, 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 nope. Definitely not. Nope. I could attack the main now. There we go. Like, this happens all the time. And they might have fixed some issues, but no. I do understand that over micro is a thing, but I'm not doing anything here, unfortunately. So this, alongside the performance issues, has still not stopped. And again, this to me doesn't make the game playable at the moment. But I like that they're working on it. I see the improvements with the visuals, and I hope they give the same love to pathfinding, to performance. And I want to play this game. I really want to play this game, even though I do not like some of the design choices. I do not like the Celestial faction. I talked about this in extent. But if I build an army and this army isn't attacking, then no, I'm sorry, guys. This still needs some work. And let's see if more people think the way I do. So let's take a look at Twitch. So the big update here is the visuals, right? So obviously this is for some people, like for people to see. And Twitch is a solid indicator if people like to see the game. Here it is. So the patch hit on the late stages of September 19. So you can see there is definitely a spike from very, very few viewers on average. Like this, I guess. People were waiting for the patch, so obviously numbers are a bit low. There's a spike here. So people were interested in what's happening, but still not overwhelming numbers. It's not as crazy of a patch that draws people in. We had a spike over the weekend with hopefully some cool tournaments. And this is solid. This is solid. 1,200 viewers. Not bad, not bad, not bad. But it's also not great. Like, let's take a look at this. Like, this was the first playtest. This was the early access. And if you look at this, just goes up. There's a bit of a boost here with the patch to 340 average again from like 100, 200. But it goes down again, unfortunately, right? So the curve goes down again. And then let's take another look at the players. Like, did players like the patch? And we see this graph. And once again, the patch hit on the 19th. So we go from 400, 200, 300 players. There is a boost. There is a boost. It kind of doubles the player base at times. So there is an uptrend. But there's unfortunately another downtrend. And we have to look at the perspective here. The perspective is a longer time frame. And then, unfortunately, well, my green screen is bugging out. Sorry about that. This was the paid access. This is the open access. This is the patch. In perspective. This is the patch. So while they kinda doubled their numbers from pre-patch, it's not even close to release. So the answer is no, they didn't get a lot of people back. I think viewership got better, a little bit at least. Player base is better, but I don't think it's sustainable at the moment. So they need more. They are on the right track, but is it too late? Is it too little? We'll have to see about that, guys. But good job on the visuals. Not a great job on pathfinding, and not a great job on performance either, unfortunately. But there's a new patch coming in October. We're gonna check it out again. So let me know, what are you hoping for that patch? What could make you play the game? Let me know in the comments, and then we see each other with the Stormgate update in October. Peace.